Hello everyone, it's us, the passionate team behind TV Day's Drama Digest channel, your ultimate hub for all things soap opera, where the twists never stop and the heartbreak hits harder than a Salem storm. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the most gut-wrenching, pulse-pounding sagas unfolding right now on Days of Our Lives, the irreversible shattering of Sarah Horton and Xander Kyriakis' love story. Yes, you heard that right. Sarah and Xander will never reunite. The door has slammed shut, the key has been thrown into the deepest abyss of the Horton family lake, and both are already stumbling, really, into the arms of brand new lovers. But will this seismic shift actually play out on screen, or is it just another red herring in the endless chess game that is DOL? Buckle up, because we're about to dissect every explosive detail, every tear-streaked confession, and every shadowy secret that led to this point. By the time we're done, you'll be screaming at your TV, texting your group chat, and begging for the next episode. Let's unravel the drama, layer by agonizing layer, and explore whether Sarah's new man and Xander's new woman are destined to light up Salem, or burn it all down. Picture this: the opulent Kyriakis mansion, all marble floors and crystal chandeliers, where power is currency and loyalty is a fragile illusion. At the center of the storm stands Philip Kyriakis, Victor's prodigal son, a man whose ambition has always been a double-edged sword. Months ago, in a move that still sends shockwaves through the fandom, Philip forged a letter purportedly penned by the late, great Victor Kyriakis himself. The document was no mere scribble, it was a meticulously crafted declaration handing Philip full control of Titan Industries, the empire Victor built with blood, sweat, and more than a few shady deals. This wasn't just corporate sabotage. It was a desecration of Victor's legacy, a slap in the face to every Kyriakis who ever bled for the family name. Xander, Victor's nephew and a man who's clawed his way from the gutters of Scotland to the boardroom, knew parts of Philip's scheme. He was in on the arranged affair, yes, that sordid setup where Philip paid a woman to seduce Brady Black and frame him for infidelity, all to discredit Brady and secure Philip's position. Xander, ever the opportunist, turned a blind eye because it served his own chaotic agenda. But the forgery? That was a bridge too far, a secret Philip kept locked tighter than the DiMera vault. And who else knew the truth? Sarah Horton, the brilliant doctor with a heart as big as her moral compass, and her mother, Maggie Kyriakis, the red-headed matriarch who's seen more betrayals than most people see sunsets. Sarah's silence wasn't born of malice. No, it was a toxic cocktail of loyalty to Maggie, fear of escalating the Kyriakis civil war, and a desperate hope that the truth would stay buried long enough for everyone to move on. She watched Xander rage against Philip, saw the veins bulge in his neck as he vowed vengeance, and still, she said nothing. Every shared glance over the breakfast table, every stolen kiss in the Horton living room, was laced with her unspoken guilt. Maggie, meanwhile, wrestled with her own demons, her love for Philip, her late husband's memory, and the crushing weight of protecting her family from itself. The mansion became a pressure cooker, and Sarah was the lid about to blow. Fast forward to the moment that will be etched in DOL history alongside Tom and Alice's wedding and Stefano's deaths. Xander, haunted by nightmares of his own violence, finally unburdened his soul in the dim light of the Horton house. The air was thick with the scent of Sarah's lavender candles, the same one she lit during their happier days. His voice cracked like thunder as he confessed, "I'm the one who beat Philip nearly to death." Asterisk. Let that sink in. Philip, bruised and battered, clinging to life in Salem University Hospital, his face a mosaic of purple and swollen flesh. The attack was brutal, fists raining down in a dark alley, Xander's Scottish brogue snarling curses as centuries of Kyriakis' resentment exploded. He thought he was avenging Victor's honor, punishing Philip for the affair scam. But the forgery? Xander had no idea his rage was fueled by a lie Sarah helped conceal. Sarah's reaction was instantaneous, visceral, the stuff of Emmy reels. Her eyes, usually warm pools of empathy, turned to ice. Her hand flew to the engagement ring, a glittering symbol of their against-all-odds love, and ripped it off with a force that left red welts on her finger. The diamond skittered across the hardwood floor, spinning like a dying star. "Get out," she whispered at first, her voice barely audible over the pounding of her heart. Then louder, a scream that rattled the windows. "Get out. I will never forgive you." Xander reached for her, his hands, those same hands that had nearly killed a man, trembling. But Sarah recoiled as if burned. The man she defended through kidnappings, shootings, and even his own mother's machinations was now a stranger. A monster. She saw the blood on his knuckles, metaphorical and literal, and it stained everything they'd built. Divorce papers were mentioned in the heat of the moment, but we all know in Salem, words become weapons. The breakup wasn't just a fight, it was a funeral for their future. In the days that followed, the Kiriakis' mansion transformed into a mausoleum of memories. Xander packed his bags in silence, the zipper of his duffel bag sounding like a guillotine. Every room held a ghost. The couch where they'd laughed over bad takeout, the bedroom where they'd whispered promises under Egyptian cotton sheets, the kitchen counter where Sarah once burned pancakes and Xander pretended they were gourmet. He left behind the scent of his cologne, a cruel reminder that lingered in the air like smoke after a fire. Sarah, meanwhile, threw herself into work at the hospital, her scrubs a shield against the world. But the cracks showed. Patients noticed her trembling hands during sutures. Maggie hovered, offering tea and platitudes, but Sarah's responses were clipped, her eyes distant. The guilt of her own secret ate at her like acid. Had she told Xander about the forgery? Would Philip still be breathing? Would Xander's fists have stayed clenched at his sides? The what-ifs were a relentless tide, pulling her under. Xander, ever the brooding Scot, drowned his sorrows at the Brady pub. Whiskey burned his throat, but it couldn't cauterize the wound in his chest. He replayed Sarah's scream on a loop, saw the ring hit the floor in slow motion. Friends tried to intervene. Brady offered a sympathetic ear, Chloe a shoulder to cry on, but Xander was a man adrift, his moral compass shattered. The man who once schemed with the best of them was now just lost. Here's where the drama detonates like a DiMera bomb. Days of Our Lives has never let a breakup fester in solitude. No, Salem demands rebounds, and the rumor mill is churning out tantalizing possibilities faster than Julie can gossip at the Horton Town Square. For Sarah, whispers point to a new man, someone steady, someone safe, the polar opposite of Xander's chaos. Imagine a brilliant surgeon transferred from University Hospital in Chicago. Let's call him Dr. Elias Grant for now, because DOOL loves a good pseudonym before the reveal. Tall, dark-haired, with kind eyes that crinkle when he smiles, and a backstory involving a tragic loss that mirrors Sarah's own pain. Their first meeting? A late-night consult in the ER, blood on their scrubs, adrenaline pumping. He steadies her hand during a risky procedure, and in that moment, Sarah feels seen. Not judged. Not burdened by Kiriaki's baggage. Their chemistry is slow burn, built on shared shifts and stolen coffee breaks. He listens when she talks about her shattered engagement without pity, offers quiet strength instead of grand gestures. But here's the kicker. Elias has his own secrets. Maybe a connection to the Demeros, maybe a past with Kristen. Salem never gives you uncomplicated love. Xander's new woman? Oh, she's a firecracker. Picture a fierce investigative journalist, Ava 2.0, but with better morals and a sharper wit. Let's dub her Riley Kane, red hair that rivals Maggie's, a leather jacket that screams trouble, and a nose for scandal that puts Lois Lane to shame. She's in Salem digging into Titan's corporate espionage, and her first run-in with Xander is explosive. He's drunk at the pub. She's asking pointed questions about Philip's attack. Instead of shutting her down, Xander spills, just enough to intrigue her. Their banter is electric, all sharp edges and unspoken challenges. Riley sees the man beneath the monster, the vulnerability he hides behind bravado. Their first kiss? In the rain outside the Salem Inn, after she bails him out of a bar fight. It's messy, desperate, and utterly DOOL. But will these new romances stick? That's the million-dollar question. Sarah's heart still aches for Xander in quiet moments, finding his forgotten scarf, smelling his cologne on a pillow. Xander, meanwhile, sees Sarah's face in every redhead on the street. The pull between them is a gravitational force, but the damage is a chasm wider than the Grand Canyon. Let's talk fandom, because TV Days drama digest lives for your hot takes. The Xandera shippers are in full meltdown. Petitions circulate on X, formerly Twitter, demanding a reunion, complete with hashtags like #Xander deserves redemption and #Sarah's ring belongs on her finger. Fan fiction explodes, alternate universes where Sarah confesses the forgery before the beating, where Xander's confession ends in forgiveness instead of fury. Meanwhile, the anti-Xander brigade cheers Sarah's emancipation, ready to stand Dr. Elias or whoever swoops in to heal her. And the Xander apologists? They're crafting elaborate theories about how Riley will be his salvation, pulling him from the darkness like Chloe once tried. Spoiler forums are a war zone. Leaked call sheets hint at Sarah's new love interest filming scenes at the hospital, while Xander's pub brawl with a mystery redhead has set group chats ablaze. But DOL thrives on fakeouts. Remember when everyone thought Chad and Abigail were done for good? Or when Sammy swore off EJ for the 47th time? The writers love a good fake-out breakup, only to reunite the couple after maximum angst. #, the dramatic verdict. Irreconcilable differences or temporary insanity. So, will Sarah and Xander stay apart forever? Will new lovers eclipse their epic love story? Here's our dramatic, detailed prediction, served with a side of Salem speculation. Short term? Yes, the breakup is real. The ring is off. The divorce papers are being drafted by Justin Kiriakis, who's probably billing by the tear, and both Sarah and Xander are diving headfirst into rebound romances. Dr. Elias will be Sarah's safe harbor, a man who offers stability in a town where stability is a myth. Riley will be Xander's spark, challenging him to be better while matching his intensity drink for drink. We'll get montage scenes, Sarah laughing at Elias's dad jokes in the hospital cafeteria, Xander and Riley plotting Titan takedowns over whiskey at the pub. The contrast will be delicious, soft lighting for Sarah's scenes, moody shadows for Xander's. But long-term? Never say never in Salem. The forgery secret still festers. When Philip wakes up, because of course he will, the truth will explode like a bomb in the Kiriakis' living room. Sarah's role in the cover-up will come out, forcing her to confront her own hypocrisy. How can she condemn Xander's violence when her silence enabled it? Xander, learning Sarah kept the secret to protect Maggie, will see her not as a liar, but as a woman torn between love and family, much like he's always been. Cue the dramatic confrontation. Rain-soaked, naturally. Sarah, clutching divorce papers, runs into Xander outside the Brady pub. Riley's inside, waiting. Elias is at the hospital, prepping for surgery. Lightning cracks the sky as Sarah screams, "You think you're the only one who's suffered?" Xander, voice raw, "You kept the truth from me, Sarah. You let me become a monster." Tears mix with rain. Hands reach, then pull back. The camera zooms in on Sarah's bare ring finger, then cuts to Xander's clenched fist, still bruised from the fight. The reunion won't be immediate. DOL loves to drag out the pain. We'll get months of near misses. Sarah treating Xander after a DiMera ambush, Xander saving Elias from a rigged car accident, because someone's always trying to kill the new guy. Riley will sense Xander's lingering love and bow out gracefully or not if the writers want a catfight. Elias will propose stability, but Sarah's heart will whisper Xander's name in her sleep. Ultimately, the new man and new woman are catalysts, not endgames. They'll force Sarah and Xander to grow, Sarah to forgive herself, Xander to atone without self-destruction. The road back will be paved with therapy sessions, with Marlena, naturally, grand gestures, Xander buying back the Horton house, and at least one near-death experience. When they finally reunite, it'll be in the most DOOL way possible. A wedding crashed by a vengeful ex, a confession during a hostage crisis, or, classic, a baby reveal. Because nothing says we're back together like a surprise Kiriaki's Horton bun in the oven. So, dear Drama Digest family, what do you think? Will Sarah's new man heal her, or will he pale in comparison to Xander's passionate chaos? Will Xander's fiery journalist tame him, or is she just a placeholder for the woman who holds his scarred heart? Drop your theories in the comments, vote in our polls, and tag us in your fan edits. Will this be the end of Xandera, or the beginning of their most epic chapter? One thing's certain. In Salem, love isn't a straight line. It's a labyrinth of lies, a battlefield of betrayals, and a phoenix that rises from the ashes every time we think it's dead. Sarah and Xander's story isn't over, it's just entering its darkest, most deliciously dramatic act. And we'll be here, popcorn in hand, live tweeting every tear, every kiss, every plot twist. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.